Okay. Okay, let me not Sharon Stone you, or maybe I should. Maybe I should. All right, ready? 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 Here she goes. Okay. It's my pilgrim outfit, you guys. It's my pilgrim outfit. Okay, so I am going to get into my mojo here like I did with Trump. So this is way different from a regular reading because we're going deep and who the hell knows what's going to happen. Where's the Scarlet A? I should have done it. I'm going to give you some background. I have notes. I'm going to give you some background on the Salem witch trials, just in case you're not sure, just in case you don't know. I think in the U.S., we're taught this in grade school, at least I was. And then again in high school, because, we had to read the Crucible and all that stuff. So here's the deal. Salem witch trials. This actually did not happen only in Salem. By the way, I forgot this camera was over here. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is going to cut off in 20 minutes. So if you want to see the rest of this video, you should pop on over to Patreon, become a patron. It's super duper quick. This is for all patron levels. So you can sign up and view the video, and then you are signed up for the rest of the month. So you get the entire month's content. And then if you want to stick around, we would love you to. And if you don't have to. Okay, there we go. All right, so the Salem witch trials. It didn't just happen in the city of Salem. It happened across a large swath of the Massachusetts Bay colonies, I should say. But I am focusing primarily on Salem Village and Salem Town. So Salem Town is now Salem, and Salem Village is a place whose name I can't remember that starts with a D. But basically what happened is these kids, and I'm focusing on just a few of them here, but these kids, Elizabeth Hubbard, Betty Paris, Abigail Williams, and Mary Warren, they start having these fits. Seems to come out of nowhere, and everybody's like, oh my God, what do we do? So it's Abigail Williams and Betty Paris. These two kids started off first, and it was her uncle and dad. So Abigail was the daughter, and nope, I switched that around. Betty was the daughter, Abigail was the niece. The father is Reverend Samuel Paris. They start having fits, and he's like, shit, what do we do? So they call the doctor. They call Dr. Griggs, William Griggs, and he comes in and he says, shit, I don't know what the problem is. It must be witches. So not long after that, Mr. Griggs, Dr. Griggs, his niece, Elizabeth Hubbard, starts having fits. And then not long after that, Ms. Mary Warren, who was a servant to John and Elizabeth Proctor, she starts having fits. So now all these little girls are having fits, and they're freaking out, and they're doing weird exorcist shit, they're throwing Bibles and all this stuff. And so somebody says, well, we gotta name names. We gotta find out who the witches are. So they start naming names. I mean, this is early McCarthyism. They start naming names. And one of the names they named is Tituba, who was Reverend Samuel Paris's slave. She's an interesting character, and I definitely want to take a very close look at her. But they start naming all these names. They're naming people left and right. They go to trial. They have a special court convened. All this stuff goes down. And the kids are going, yeah, she did it, he did it, she did it, men and women. And they're convicting these people and hanging them. Except for poor Giles Corey, who was pressed to death because he refused to give a plea. 81 years old, they pressed him to death. What they did is they put a board over him, and then they piled rocks on top of that. And the method, it was a torture method designed to get him to plead one way or another. And he was like, fuck you, I'm not doing it. But that's how he passed away. So that is the background to the Salem witch trials. It blew up. The kids were in court. They were in court having fits. They were in court going into trances. And all these people, based on these kids, were hung and killed. So I am going to be headed over to, this is going to be a weird one. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to be very weird. I've been prepping all morning. I'm going to be heading over to Gallows Hill in Salem, where the people were massacred, for lack of a better word. I'm going to be headed over to Salem Village and Salem Town. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back energetically, psychically, hopefully, to 1692 when all this took place, and I'm going to see what I can see. So, let's get to it. let's get to it. In my pilgrim outfit. It's my pilgrim outfit. And you know, the thing is with these people too, they were like really effing religious. So we'll see what kind of energy comes up. All right, let's get going. Ready, go. By the way, I'm sorry I'm late, you guys. Patreon kicked me off. And I had to go through this very long process to get back into my own account. So I apologize for being late. Okay, so immediately, I haven't even started and I'm already getting compression, like, but here, it's all here, it's here. It's not here, it's here. Let's go to 1692. Give me the energy of 1692. Oh, ooh. All right, so first off, I'm freezing cold. Yeah. And it's busy. There's not a lot of downtime. These people are not happy people. Like, they're not. There's no happy people here. There's no happy. They wouldn't know joy if it came up and bit them in the ass. There's no happy people here. Nice energy. Okay, I swear to God, I feel like I'm literally feel like I'm remote viewing right now, and I don't believe in remote viewing really, but I'm walking along a dirt road, and it's hard dirt, it's packed dirt. And there's like a rut in the middle of it. Not on the side of it like wagons, but in the middle. There's like goes in. And it feels like what's going on here is there's some houses that are actually pretty close together. Because it feels like I'm going from house to house and they're pretty damn close. And then there's some that are out. Pretty far out. And there's two buildings here that are like public buildings. I swear to God, these people are walking around. It's quiet. It's really quiet. It's like, maybe it's just the way I'm doing it. Maybe I just can't hear. I don't know. Ooh. There's some funky energy already. This isn't here now. It's here then. It is a very funky energy. It's very uncomfortable. I feel like these people don't talk much. Oof. It's funky. It's super rigid. It's a very rigid energy. It's not. I feel like even and I see like little kids playing, but even then it's like not like you would think kids are playing. I don't know, maybe I just can't hear them. But they're not loud. Nobody's loud. Nobody's yelling. And there's like a couple of carts rolling by, but these people, they're all very separate. Nobody seems to like each other in this place, I swear to God. I swear to God, nobody seems to like each other. Everybody's like, I'm doing my own thing, leave me. Like, these were not happy people. None of them. So what else? It's a funky, there's a lot of fear. Like it was already there. Like the fear was already there. What is this? A lot of these people seem to have PTSD. It's really nasty energy. So I get very rigid. I get very rigid lines. I get, stay in your own lane. I get a lot of, what they're doing is their business, which is funny because eventually it becomes, what you're doing is my business because you're a witch. But a lot of like, if he's beating up his slave or he's beating up his wife or whatever, it's like we just don't talk about it. There's a lot of like it's very repressed. There's a lot of like we don't talk about it. It was already a landscape full of fear because these people, I feel like these people, everybody's giving each other side eye. Like everybody's just already like there's a whole, I hate to say this, but it's like a fuck you atmosphere. Not a lot of kindness among these people. There's some older lady who's very, very, very kind. Older, much older. She's got gray hair. She's, I believe, married. She is actually very superstitious. But she's the nice one. She's like the nice one. So I must be in Salem town. I'm thinking I must be there. She's the nice, like everybody knows she's like a nice lady. And some people hate her for it. These people are insane. I see these people, I don't know if this is because I'm doing this in a weird way, but I see these people walking and there's this road and it's a dirt road and there's like, what's on the other side of it? I can't see it. Oh, it looks like woods. So it looks like there's houses or something here. There's the dirt road here with the thing, like I said, the rut in the middle of it, almost like it caved in a little bit. And then it looks like there's woods over here and there's houses out there. But I can't hear any of these people. I have no sound. So I don't know if they're just walking along not talking or if I just can't hear them. But I get a lot of like, it's quiet. It's quiet. And there's a lot of, oh shit, man, I'm getting in deep now. Fuck. There's a lot of, I'm safe. I'm in the house, so I'm safe. There's a lot of this like, be in the house, be safe. Like these people did not wander. They didn't wander around. I get this very clearly. Like when we are in the house, we are safe. When we are outside of the house, we are not safe. That's got to be Indians, right? I'm sorry, I'm using their terminology. I know it's Native Americans, but they're giving me Indians. There's a lot of trauma. Men are, of course, this is not really psychic, but it's coming through psychically. Men are supreme. Men are the jam. And there's a hierarchy among the people. So, and I'll tell you what else. John and Elizabeth Proctor, because I'm trying to zero in on these different names that I've got here. They come through first. They were not high up. They weren't that high up. I think they had a lot of money or they had a lot of land. Because they weren't hurting for anything. But people, they weren't in the clique. It feels like there's a clique. It feels like there's a clique. It feels like there's a dominant clique, a dominant family or families that were like, it was basically their town. Yeah. It sort of reminds me of like It's a Wonderful Life with that terrible guy. You know that terrible guy. Was it Potter, right? Was it Potter? There's this clique. There's a clique. And so what does this have to do with the witch trials, I wonder? I know that I was reading up and they were saying, oh, this family, they did it, like this one family did it on purpose because they were trying to get rid of rivals. But that's not what I'm picking up here. But I pick up this clique. It's like the clique within the town, and it's not just one family. It's one family and maybe another family or a couple of people. Like more than that. They're like the popular kids. These are like the cool kids. And they're very dominant, and they're not nice people. And there's a man. Gotta be Paris. That's an assumption I'm making. But there's a man that's like this. And my eyes are fully closed for this. But there's a man that's like this, and he's like super bossy. Fuck, I forgot where I was for a minute. Jesus. He's really bossy. He bosses people around. He's ordering people around. Everybody does what this guy says. Everybody kind of falls in line behind him. So now I'm being shown sheep. There's sheep. There's little lammies I see walking around. Somebody's got their lambs walking around. Apparently, and I don't even know if they have bears. I'm assuming they have bears out there, but apparently big bear threat. Everybody's worried about the bears. There's a bear threat. That comes through very clearly. I get everybody is like fully being, that's the dog, fully being admonished, like almost all the time, like do this, don't do that, don't go out here. But there's safety concerns. There's big safety concerns. I guess somebody drowned somewhere because they're worried about, you don't want to end up like, I get this, like you don't want to end up like so-and-so as a kid drowned. I'm telling you, a kid drowned. In like a pond, or not a lake, but like a pond or something. Big safety, like, man, these people are obsessed with safety. But in a fearful way, not in like, we just gotta make sure everything's okay. No. Okay, so let's take a peek. Let's go to... Show me Samuel Paris. Ooh, okay, this guy has terrible energy. He's not the guy that's like this either. That's somebody else. That's some community leader. So I'm getting two different things here. The guy that's like this, he's hot shit. There's no other way to put it. Please do not start pooping while I'm in the middle of this. I will lose my mind. This guy thinks he's awesome. And everybody thinks he's awesome too. He gets away with a lot. I think he has a lot of money. He seems to have a lot of kids. And the kids are assets. My children have done me proud. Like, he's very proud of the kids. He doesn't have any, like, wayward kids or fucked up kids. Like, he's like, the kids rule. And then Paris actually does what this guy tells him to do. Okay, this is interesting. You're getting uncomfortable, huh? He's not pooping. He's very uncomfortable right now. I'm sorry, pal. Like, all of a sudden he was asleep. He was fully asleep, and then all of a sudden he just got very uncomfortable. Too much mojo, I think. I don't think it's like evil. I think it's just too much mojo for him. He's like, bitch, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm not into it. So now Paris. Show me Paris. He does what this guy tells him to do. Okay, he comes through pretty clear. I see this one pacing. He's pacing. I believe he's in an upstairs house. I believe he's upstairs. He's very worried. He's very concerned. Very, very concerned. He's like, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? He's worried about. So now I'm looking at. It looks like the fits have begun. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? He's worried about the younger one. Is that the daughter? Yes. Okay, so he's worried about the younger one, the 9-year-old. He's worried about the little one. He could care less about the older one. That's the niece. He's kind of like, whatever. His wife is very weak, not a strong person. She does whatever he says. I mean, they all did, right? Most of them did. But he's like, he doesn't even think to consult his wife. He's not even he's literally not even talking to his wife about it. He's like, my problem, it's my thing. I have to make this okay. She has to be okay. Okay. He abused his niece, but he would not consider it abuse. But he feels like the daughter was more well-behaved than the niece. The niece needed a lot of correction. I see backhand. Boom! I see that. He was very big on the kids having to know the scriptures. Very big on it. He probably made them recite to him, like, recite this right away. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. He's not a very strong man. He's not this guy. This guy. He is bullish, and I think a bully, and made lots of declarative sentences. You will do this. You will do that. This will happen. That will happen. He paid a lot of people a lot of money to do what he wanted, and he had money overseas. So he came. I'm telling you, he came from money wherever he came from, England or whatever. He had money over there, and it looks like money goes back and forth between there or something. There's some kind of a money's coming in from there and money's going out there. I don't know. I get this like weird overseas thing. So I don't know what that is. But the Reverend was not a strong man. He was, and when this goes down with the kids, he's at a loss. So show me what happened. Okay, so this is crazy, but this is what I'm getting. He was not home during the first occurrence, and during the first occurrence, it was only one of the girls. It was not both of the girls. And so it looks like it was the younger one. And I get that. Like, oh, I can't breathe. Oh, that's me. Ooh, like that. I know that there was an idea that maybe it was an asthma attack, but this kid is either having a panic attack or an asthma attack. She can't breathe. She's either hysterical, she's having a panic attack, or she's having an asthma attack. I can't tell what it is, but it's here. It's all here. And it was one of the kids. I believe it was the daughter. It was the youngest daughter. It was one of the kids. It was not both kids. It was not both kids. It was only first one of the kids. And he was not in the house at the time. And I get it. See, it's very dim in the house. I don't know if this was near evening or what, but it's very dim, or maybe they were just dim houses. I don't know. And the wife and the wife and Tituba are the ones that saw it, and they were like, "Holy shit!" They were afraid she was going to fall over and die. Oh man, I really can't breathe. This kid couldn't breathe. This kid could not breathe. But I don't know. Slow it down, Mama. Don't kill yourself on camera. This is going to be rougher than Trump. This is going to be rougher than Trump. He was easy. I cannot breathe. I'm starting to sweat too. Dial it back, dial it back, dial it back, dial it back. Come back to reality, Auntie. Get it together a little bit. You're going in too deep. Although I must say, I enjoy doing these. They're really interesting, and this kid couldn't fucking breathe. So she can't breathe. The other kid is, oh wow, I am in so deep here. This is cray-cray. Okay, so she can't breathe. He's not home. The wife and Tituba see it, and they're like, holy crap. The other little girl, the niece, she sees what's going on, and she honestly seems to sort of care less. Like a kid, like she doesn't get it. She's like, oh, that's a problem. What is she doing? She seems to be sitting by a fire or something. She's sitting by a fireplace. There's food. It has to be evening time or something because there's food here. There's like food on the stove. Well, the stove, you know, however the fuck they cook. Looks like it's in the fireplace. Looks like they're cooking in the fireplace. They must have been cooking in the fireplace back in the day. I don't know. That kid can't breathe. I got to get out of this kid's asthma attack. I think it's an asthma attack. I get it. She feels like she's being choked. But the other kid wasn't. The other kid. Oh, this is interesting. Midstream here, a little bit back more for you guys on YouTube a little bit. I can't tell you what just started happening. This is crazy town. So right now, everybody that's watching the live stream is telling me that they're seeing weird shit on camera. The stream is being interrupted. It's pixelated. It's this. It's that. I had to take a minute because I was like way too out there. But I'm going to go back in. Okay. All right. So I want to look at two more people. I want to look at Elizabeth Hubbard and I want to look at Mary Warren. We just did a very deep dive on Samuel Parris and Tituba. So Elizabeth Hubbard was one of the main accusers. She jumped onto it's stopping and starting. Jesus, this is wild. I think it's probably, oh God, I'm freezing on my own phone. I think it's supernatural. I really do. I mean, this is wild. I've never seen myself do this. Cut off in the sound jump. This is supernatural. This is wild. Okay. Should I cut the stream and start again? Give me a consensus, you guys. Like, how bad is it? The sound jump. This is, you guys, this never happens on a live stream. That's what everybody's saying. There's something right here. I don't see a fucking thing. I don't see anything. I don't feel anything. I'm gonna, oh, whoa. Whoa, now there's a weird thing on my phone. You guys, can you see this right here? My finger's going through it. Can you see this? It's like a long line. It's like a see-through line going across the entire top of this stream. And my finger literally is going through the line. What the F? All right, I'm gonna try a new stream. Here we go. Here we go. Sharon Stone in the new stream. Oh, Jesus! Oh my God. Okay, all right. Everything is going awry here. I feel like Tituba was here, I swear to God, because I was getting like direct info from this. Now it feels again like I'm watching a movie. It feels like I'm watching a picture. So after I did this, I did a wrap up on my vlog, Vlog Nation, which is for the $10 and up patron tier. So get this. I'm doing the vlog, I'm doing my wrap up, I'm talking about my thoughts and what have you. There's all these weird noises coming out of my living room, coming out of my kitchen that you would not believe. And then stuff really starts to go off. And I'm starting to feel cold spots and I'm thinking, oh my God, there's like something left over in the house. So we definitely got visited by Tituba and definitely by Giles Corey. I mean, that was for real. And I don't think either one of those are actually in this video. It's in the full video on Patreon, so that's for all patrons. But if you want to see this vlog, that's a $10 and up reward. But I will tell you this, I'm going to play a little snippet of it because I went to play it back to edit it, as I do. So I'm doing the playback, and all throughout this thing, there are the weirdest noises. I don't know if we can call them EVPs. I punched up the volume as much as I could. I'm going to play a little sample of it so you guys can hear it. It's ridiculous. I'm flabbergasted, and it's all throughout the last half of this video. I eventually got my pendulum out and started asking questions because I'm like, somebody's here, somebody's in the house. the entire video. None of this was happening while I was doing the video, but upon playback, there is, I think they're EVPs. I don't even know if I believe in EVPs, but here we are. So I'll play one for you. You guys let me know what you think. Is this the spirit of Tituba? Special thanks to Jacinta Higgins, our main sponsor for this program.